Here we go.
This is Happening with Mark Zito and Ryan Sampson.
I'm Mark Zito.
I'm Ryan Sampson.
And this is Happening. It's our big Taylor Swift birthday celebration show.
Yeah, well, you see, we should be doing it tomorrow when we can figure out like what the party was like in New York City and have details. Because right now we just know it's her birthday and there will be a party.
Oh yeah, I saw a news report that's like Travis Kelce wants to throw her a party. Money is no object, and I was like, oh really? If money's no object, you know who I would have perform at my birthday party? Taylor Swift. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was.
Why do I feel like though that the extravagant Kardashian style birthday would be completely unimpressive to Taylor Swift? Like if Travis Kelce rented out Giant Stadium for her, she'd be like, I don't feel like she would be impressed by that.
I don't think so. See, she's not that. This is my favorite type of thing to do, where you start talking about celebrities like you know them. Be like, she's not the type to be impressed by that. It's like, bitch, what do you know about Taylor Swift realistically? You know what she's let you know. She might
You're
like
right,
it.
but I have a feeling that she'd be far more impressed by like if he found a sweater from when he was 12 and gave it to her.
Who the fuck would want that? Why would you want? Here's my boy sweater.
See, no, I'm saying that there's some like more sentimental value. Something with like something with more sentimental value in meaning is going to go far further than spending an exorbitant amount of money for no reason.
Well, you bring up a good point, because getting gifts this time of year, as everyone starts their holiday shopping, is extremely tough. I've found as I've gotten older, I just get less and less creative. Like all the people who work for me, you know what I got them this year? Money. I just gave them cash. I just said, here you go. Why don't you get what you want? And yeah,
we've all talked about the way that like the new world has changed us, right? Like
what is the new world? Are you Columbus? What?
No, people will say that high school reunions are completely irrelevant because of Facebook.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can you imagine how fucking exciting a high school reunion used to be?
Right, because you didn't know, you hadn't seen anybody in that 10 years since you were on your reunion. So I think that the internet has done to Christmas what Facebook did to high school reunions. Getting presents. This is. I just thought of this last night.
Yeah, you can tell. But okay, go ahead.
Getting presents at Christmas is now irrelevant because of the internet. Because you can get whatever you need whenever you need it, any time of the year. When our parents were growing up, they had to sit with the Sears catalog and circle what they wanted and wait for your parents to order it and wait for it to show up and put it under the tree.
Okay, hold on.
But today, a kid can go on Amazon and go, "Mommy, I want that," and nobody has the will to say no, and they just do it.
What the fuck are you talking about? You can't. Like, I understand. Just so you know, in the 80s, when you were a kid and you felt like you had to wait all year to get something, adults then were still able to buy whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted.
Yeah, but no, they weren't. Absolutely not.
What do you mean?
You can buy whatever you want, whenever you want it, from the comfort of your own home.
That was largely always like Sears didn't only sell toys in December, Ryan.
Right? No, but they would show up. The next day. Like today, it shows up the next day. You're right. You could sit and you could wait and it was a mail order catalog. There might not have even been for years a number you could call. You had to clip the item out of the magazine, fill out the order form, mail it off, wait for it to be processed by a clerk in Des Moines, and then go to the warehouse, find the toy. It could take 2 months to get a Tonka truck.
Who just laughed?
Nicole did.
Supposed to be silent in here, reading my book, minding my own business, but that was really funny. A Tonka truck.
You're gonna do. Hey, Nicole from the Morning Mashups on the show. Yay! Also from various other podcasts. She has like a budding podcast empire.
Apparently, a Tonka truck, really?
Tonka truck.
No, but I'm saying that like any toy, I just picked a toy.
Yeah.
All right.
It could take a year.
Okay.
A year?
Okay, maybe not a year. I'm exaggerating, clearly exaggerating. But I'm saying,
how would you buy clothes if things took a year to do? You would just.
Style was out. No, no. That's the thing. Is like now, like it's what do you want, and you can't say what it is you want because you literally have everything you already want.
Gone are the days when Ryan's parents would hop on a horse and ride for miles. To get
his Tonka trucks.
To get his Tonka truck.
I by the way, I should say, because last week Ryan recorded our show in studio and I was not in studio. and the audio quality was awful. So if that's happening again today,
no. The audio quality is good. It's just on your end, it's awful.
Yeah, so it's just
no. I'm sorry. You guys are you when you talk in the mashup studio. What's coming to me now is like compression. Like you're talking in radio voice. Like, hey,
For
Taylor,
real?
yes.
Yeah. We're driving.
Do you think your voice sounds totally natural when it comes through the speaker?
We're driving a Ferrari. We have the expensive equipment. And
You sound like you're in a basement. How about that?
Okay,
Right.
well, that's where you do a lot of your podcasts. Why don't you fuck right off?
You know what? You're right.
So, on the subject of getting gifts, though, I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, I know what. So there's been this thing hanging around our office. I think it was like a part-timers thing for years. And it was in a cube at SiriusXM, like a cubicle. And it was this almost pop art painting of John Mayer. And it had a quote from him that I don't think he ever actually said, which is, if you're still alive, you can still change. And that's one of those quotes that's like, if he did say that, was he being ironic? Because, that's kind of like, I'm invincible as long as I am alive. But
so you're saying, like, you would be the one to know that's not a lyric.
It's not a lyric, and I don't think he ever said it because I Googled it. And the reason I Googled it is because I'm holding this thing in my hands right now because after 5 years, it was wrapped up and given to me as a present yesterday. And even me, world's biggest John Mayer fan, doesn't know what to do with this. So
I will tell you that I searched that quote. I typed it into Google and images came up, and a lot of the images are that picture of John Mayer with that quote.
It's sort
with
of
the
annoying,
blue background.
Thanks for stating the obvious, John. Of course you can change if you're alive.
But what I'm
it's a blue
saying
background.
is I got this as a present, and although I adore the person that gave me said present, I cannot. I have enough John Mayer related accoutrement in my house that I cannot keep this. So if you
go great next to an Ansel Adams poster that says "Believe."
If you email happeningshow@gmail.com, I will sign this and send it to somebody.
Wait, you will sign it. You who deal professionally with John Mayer on a consistent basis will sign a photo of John Mayer.
I'm not going to give it to him to say, hey, can you sign this thing you probably didn't say? What I'm going to write on it is, thanks for listening to This Is Happening. Ryan wanted to send you a Tonka truck, and then I'll circle the quote and write, I don't think John Mayer said this. And then I'll mail it to somebody.
Why don't you ask him if he really said it?
Because I would be like, hey, John, what do you think about the statement, if you're still alive, you can still change? Because I thought it was dumb. What if he then turns around and said, no, that's something I believe in my bones? Then I'm hung out there like an idiot. I have to have that interaction.
See, because they do credit. I can understand if they just put a picture of him and then put a random quote, but they attribute the quote to him. It says John Mayer.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm surprised that there's more than one of these things in the world.
Yeah.
John Mayer did send me a Christmas gift, by the way.
In stock. Hold on. Wait. It's $39.99.
$39.99?
Yeah. They're $40.
Fuck that. We're going to give it away.
At Infamous Inspiration.
Is it like I would have rather gotten one that's, the cat hanging on the thing that's like hang in there or whatever.
Wait a minute, did you get him a gift? What did he get you, and are you getting him a gift? I have a lot of questions.
I'm not getting him a gift. I think I'm on like John's like people I work with mailing list. He sent fresh oranges to my house.
I just read something that really
fresh oranges? Yeah. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Fresh oranges? Yeah. They're not all rotten.
No, is that a thing, like a gift thing people do? Like fresh pears. Let me send you a box of
Okay, so I found out that a friend of mine actually did get pears from her boss. And it was like, can you imagine if your boss gave you pears and you only gave her 6 pears?
It's weak,
6
man.
pears. It's like you're in the fucking Christmas song.
No, that's a whole dozen.
6 pears is
a dozen.
Half a dozen.
It's half a dozen.
No, 6 pears is a dozen.
I see where that's a wordplay joke. Oh
God, see what he did there?
God, go do your fucking show together. Don't bring that stuff on this program.
Did you move to Fairfield because that's where John's from?
No, I just moved here.
Okay, because I just read this, that John Mayer, an American singer-songwriter, born in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and raised in Fairfield. And I'm like, Mark, did you
didn't
move?
Know that?
No, nobody knows that.
No, I mean, I brought it up when I moved to Fairfield. It just happens to be Fairfield, Connecticut is the place that, one, I could afford a home, is close to the city without being too close, but also close to my parents so they can take care of my daughter. It had nothing to do with where my favorite singer lives.
Sure.
Or lives.
Wait, hold on, wait. White Plains is closer. Is that too close?
No, White Plains is far more expensive. I don't want to live in White Plains. It's not. And also, that wouldn't check the other boxes I noted, like being close to my parents. Does anyone listen to me?
No, just the way you said it, but not too close to the city. It made it sound like a smell would waft over or something.
I don't want to live like in a gray area. I want to be too far away to be like, yeah, I'll be right there. Like I don't want that.
It's a day trip to get somewhere.
It sucks, but it's necessary. Yeah, so I got a bunch of oranges, which is cool. But I kept making myself laugh, imagining that somebody got 15 oranges in the mail and they assumed that it was a sit-down meal where they had to consume all 15 oranges at once.
You just haven't been lucky enough, Nicole, to be on one of the corporate Christmas mailing lists.
Yeah.
Like you're just on someone's list and they send it to everybody.
It's just a bizarre thing, but I guess I just don't know about it. I mean, have you tasted one of the oranges? Are they sweet even?
I'm saving them for the weekend. I'm going to make a bunch of mimosas, but they're direct from Florida, so I think they are very, very good. I'm excited.
That would suck if all of a sudden they were like horrible.
You should make the orange crush. If you have fresh oranges, do the orange crush, not a mimosa.
Crush.
An orange crush is like a screwdriver, but with fresh oranges.
Yeah, I can't just start. You have no children. I can't start getting into drinking fucking screwdrivers. It's 8
I mean,
a.m.
I have
on
children,
Saturday.
and I'm happy to do that.
Really?
Yeah, but
Do you
Nicole,
really
that's
believe
part
that?
of your brand. Your brand is like I have
Mom?
these kids. What the fuck is happening all the time? I mean, every podcast clip of you that you post on social media is like, I don't know what we're doing. Oh God, we lost this one. This one said fuck to me. What do I do? It's the brand.
They're doing just fine though.
I know.
They came out okay so far.
It's
I
true.
mean, when you say you can't just start drinking screwdrivers at noon, I'm like, my parents didn't have a problem.
I can't because I physically can't. I've become pretty bad at drinking, I think. Like, my tolerance is, if I have an old fashioned and 2 glasses of wine, I am like teetering on one more drink and we're going to be fucked.
And then if you're spending more than a day with him, second day mark can sometimes be a disaster.
Okay.
Just saying.
Second day mark, as Nicole has brought up, is I am really fun the first day.
So fun.
Hungover me, not fun. Can't do it. I'm
You
not.
can't push through.
I'm not a good rallier.
No, horrible at rallying.
The second, like, I getting going the second day is always rough, but after a couple in you still can't
You're
go.
fine.
Okay, I need to be better about that. We haven't really gone on many trips together due to Sarah and I having a kid and then the pandemic and all this stuff. But I promise second day mark because I think is a thing of the past. I really
Okay,
do.
I hope so. I hope so.
I do.
I miss you.
I miss you too.
There's a couple different food and restaurant items that I wanted to run past you. I don't know which one you want to go first.
Wait, is this like a cosmics thing or what are we talking about?
No. There's one that is a criminal. There's one person that.
Okay. All right. Well, hold on. Before we get to that, can I just finish up talking about gifts? Because the other
Sure.
thing I've realized lately is anytime I get a gift basket, I just kind of wish that somebody had thrown all the things in a bag and handed it to me because you end up with a lot of, getting a gift basket's like a bag of Lay's chips where it's only like 45% present and the rest is just crap. Like it's like air and paper and cellophane. Yeah. And there's got to be a better way. Away. That's all I wanted to say about gift baskets. Okay. I don't know what to do with them. Is anyone? Yeah, by the way, are you sending out Christmas cards? Either one of you this year?
No.
I am not. This is the second year that we're not. I used to love it. It's so much work. It's gotten so expensive. And you have social media. Like, it's basically just like so people can see how your family looks and we see how everyone's family looks on Instagram. So I'm good with that.
I agree. And anytime you do Christmas cards, I feel like you're giving yourself homework.
It is. It's the worst homework ever. I sit, I dread it, I procrastinate, I wait to the last minute to write out all the addresses. It's hell. I'm done with it.
And furthermore, I don't like how basically every Christmas card I get now is just an ad for Minted. You should be able to pay more to take that off it.
I totally agree.
Well, that's the thing is I think it was because before you could take your own photos and put them on your card, like this is a trend that I think killed Christmas cards forever. You used to get the generic Hallmark, like, wishing you and yours a blissful holiday.
Dash Ryan.
Dash Ryan.
Yeah.
But now, like, I think that was a trend that's like heavily associated with 2008.
Oh, yeah. All right. And that and the financial crash. So anyway, Ryan, you wanted to bring up stories. Otherwise, we can talk more about Cosmix, which I did a little reading on before the program. And there's only one Cosmix location. Really?
That's the first one. There, I think there's supposed to be like 10 of them that they're.
I want my
first.
town to get a Cosmix, but is it the type of thing where if you open Cosmix, if you haven't heard, is like a new concept restaurant from McDonald's where it's what if an alien had a fucking health food restaurant or something?
Right.
Like I don't know exactly what it is, but I wonder if it's more or less money to franchise a Cosmix right now. Like if you end up with a Cosmix in your town, is it like, oh, we couldn't afford the McDonald's. We got the Cosmix.
No, I think it's still in beta testing, so you can't get it.
Oh God, I need to go to a Cosmix.
Let's go to. Is it in Indiana?
It's in Illinois. It looks like. You click location. It says our locations, and there's one in Bolingbrook, Illinois, that's open from 6 to 8. Online
Perfect
ordering
place.
is coming soon. I'm going to try and order a Cosmix drink to my house in Fairfield, Connecticut.
Why don't you just order it there and have someone pick it up for you?
Yeah, I'll be like,
tell you what it's like.
Be like, okay, the Uber fees are $400 because I've also gotten you a round trip airfare ticket to Hartford International Airport, where I must drink caramel frappe and turmeric. Anyway, go on.
There's a guy who took one of these challenges. You know, like they just basically put a shit ton of food in front of you, and then you got to eat it all, and you win a T-shirt, right?
Or isn't it sometimes you don't have to pay for it or something?
Sometimes you have to pay. This guy here, now this guy lost. I'm going to tell you why in a minute.
Okay.
He had, the meal was, it's a 20-ounce steak, 12 ounces of ham, 4 sausages, 3 chicken wings, a chicken breast, and a 6-ounce cheeseburger with fries, onion rings, a whole tomato, mushrooms, 2 fried eggs, pineapple rings, and a salad.
Okay, now what was his prize?
The prize, I really think, 50 pounds. Or no, it cost him 50 pounds. I think it was just a T-shirt.
Yeah, I guess his prize was he was going to gain 50 pounds after he ate all that, but...
Yeah, so this was in England, so I guess he had to pay for it, and I think that the prize was just literally like name on the wall and a T-shirt.
Okay, first of all, this sounds like... Ryan, how close is this to your daily breakfast, which we haven't talked about in a while?
This in a month, if you combine my daily breakfast for a month, that might be what I get to.
By the way, I'm happy Nicole's there today because I've been, you know how on our show I've been saying I'm going to do breakfast reports? I constantly forget to do it. So in a moment we can get a true breakfast report from a third party individual. But
Okay.
but the question the one thing I want to point out about these food challenges, right, is have you ever heard of a man in a relationship doing a food challenge?
Not a new relationship. You've been married for a long time.
Have you? But like, I feel like anytime I see somebody doing this, it's like some sad single guy. It's like, today I ate a bunch of ribs. Look at my, like, I there's a guy I know that does this on Facebook, and I'm just like, this is fucking very sad. It's very sad. Also, like, why would you like to announce to a whole restaurant that you're just a fat fuck? Isn't that what?
Yeah,
this,
I don't think that it's necessarily saying you're a fat fuck, but it's certainly like it is a gluttonous amount of food.
why did he
It's a
not
lot.
win the challenge?
Because he refuses to eat salad.
So he didn't finish it.
Correct. He didn't finish it. And so like there's the little part of the salad left. And the restaurant told him, the restaurant's like, hey, if you had told us ahead of time, you're not the first person that doesn't like the greens here. So we would have swapped it out for more French fries.
What?
But you didn't tell us, so therefore you lose.
This is all over a T-shirt. There has to be more to this.
No, this is it. But they're giving him a second chance. They invited him back to do it again, and they will swap out the salad for French fries.
I don't know what I'm supposed to make of this story. He's gotten more press over not eating the salad. This is clearly something that happened where, in England?
Yeah, this one is in England. I mean, but these stupid challenges are at every bar you go to.
I don't think I've ever done one. Although sometimes when I'm high, I'm under the impression I could eat like a lot of pizzas, like multiple full-size pizzas.
I've totally figured out that when I feel the most hungry is when I eat the least. It's when I don't think that I'm very hungry that I like go through everything. And I'm slow at it. You can't time me. If you don't time me, I'll eat everything.
What have you had to eat today?
Today I've had an egg sandwich, egg whites and cheddar on wheat toast,
Okay.
and a little bag of the Lay's potato chips on the side with them.
Who eats a side of potato chips with breakfast
Ryan
sandwich?
loves some, but it's like home fries for him, I
Yeah.
think. He doesn't order the home fries. They're expensive, so he just has a bag of potato chips every day with a sandwich.
That's extremely unhealthy.
He likes it. Makes him happy.
Wait, so Nicole, Ryan has frequently said that his breakfasts are incredibly healthy on the show. He has died on this hill on This Is Happening. Ryan,
No, I've not said they're incredibly healthy. I've said that they're not unhealthy and not offensive and that there's nothing wrong with my breakfast.
I don't think either of ours are super healthy, but we do a job where we need sustenance to have energy to entertain people. So I understand overeating a little bit. Are you
Gotta
making
feed
fun
the
of me?
beast.
Must feed the beast.
Like, we need sustenance to entertain, as opposed to all those other, like construction jobs where they don't need sustenance for their physical labor. They just.
Yeah, I will stand by it. I don't think that egg whites and cheddar on wheat toast is a horribly unhealthy breakfast. I don't think that goes near the unhealthy side. I'm with you that the chips aren't the best thing in the world, but it ain't going to kill me.
I mean, I do get yelled at by Matt and by your wife, my husband Matt, and your wife often because I always say, she says I need a grand slam breakfast. Like, I like a big breakfast. Like, I like to have a whole thing. And Matt's like, just have a yogurt, just have an oatmeal, just have a small bowl of cereal. That doesn't do it for me.
You need a giant breakfast. So what are you, Nicole? What's your breakfast? What was Nicole's breakfast this morning?
Today
Ryan?
I had an egg white, spinach, and turkey bacon and a whole wheat wrap.
Okay.
Her and I eat almost the exact same thing
I just
every
have the
day.
wrap and he has the bread.
What did you have?
Me? I
haven't had anything.
Okay, I had a cup of coffee, and then I had 100-calorie shortbread thing that was in a gift basket I got. That's it.
Wait, a shortbread thing?
Like a shortbread stick or cookie or
So
something.
you had a coffee and a cookie for breakfast?
Yeah.
Healthy.
All right.
I feel energized and not like I've been. See, eggs. I think, do eggs make everyone violently shit, or is that just a me thing?
No, that's
just
a you thing. That's one of the healthier things you can eat for breakfast.
I don't know why. How come the morning mashup hasn't gotten into juicing or something like that?
Why are you violently shitting from eggs?
Eggs, breakfast food, not violently, but breakfast food goes right through me. I feel very bloated anytime I have eggs.
Really? I
Yeah.
love me some eggs.
All right. So it sounds, Ryan, I got to, now that I've had a third party weigh in, it sounds like you're eating a pretty healthy breakfast every morning. I'm not sure about the Lay's chips side.
I admit the Lay's, the little bag of Lay's chips, the snack bag of Lay's chips is the worst part.
Where are you getting it? Are you ordering
They're free.
From the company store?
You didn't used to get this. The only time I think that I will be on Mark's side, I forgot your name for a second, on Mark's side is when I sometimes will get an omelet and I have toast with it and I don't eat the toast because I don't feel that I need the toast. Ryan will then sometimes have that as extra. So that's just extra bread he doesn't need. But that's not all the time. That's every once in a while. That's like a treat for him.
Right.
It's a bread. It's a carb treat.
Nicole, on days when Ryan has extra bread treat, I want you to let me know because I want to see if there's a marked difference in his performance on our program. If the extra sustenance has allowed him to entertain more.
You guys act like I'm getting a double order of Cinnabon ordered in every day.
He's eating the Luther Vandross sandwich.
I don't know. I just feel like I grew up like feeling like bread, the carbs were like the enemy, even though they're not necessarily the enemy.
Well,
it's just unnecessary to have so many.
The idea that you think there's a big difference between a wrap and bread is false.
Yes, I think that is all in my head. That
Big
just
Wrap
makes me feel better.
has convinced you that wraps are healthier, and they're really not. It's like a 20-calorie difference, I think.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure. Okay, whole wheat wrap. See, Nicole, welcome to a segment we do on every show called Mark and Ryan
Googling.
Yes, just Googling. And also, I was told that having a bagel is equal to eating a whole loaf of bread, so I get very nervous about eating a bagel.
I also get nervous about bagels as well. I've gotten that. Whole wheat wrap versus 2 slices of bread.
The thing that's fucked up is that, like, we get information based on one, is that you think the wrap is better because it's not as much carbs, but then you find out that there's 300 times more sodium in it.
Okay. The Cleveland Clinic, by the way, cements the notion that wraps are not immediately better than bread when it comes to health. It states that a typical 10-inch tortilla contains around 170 to 200 calories, whereas 2 slices of bread can contain anywhere from between 70 to 280. So there's really not that much difference. I guess.
Oh, no.
Okay.
See, I don't understand the war on bread.
There is a war on bread.
There's a war on bread. Bread is literally the one food that has sustained mankind since we lived in caves.
No, it's not meat. Animals,
Meat
protein
and bread.
has been. What bread? What cavemen were eating bread?
That's bread is like one of the oldest foods that like cooked prepared foods.
There's no pictures, there's no illustrations of any caveman with a loaf of bread in his hand.
Hold on, we're gonna Google this.
Yeah, man, I want to see
How old is bread?
How old is bread?
I mean, of course it was around, but caveman, I feel like it was all about like hunting and gathering.
I'm going to
oldest
name this
evidence of
episode
bread
How Old is
making.
Bread, by the way. Okay.
The oldest evidence of bread making is basically around 10,000 BC.
Screw you.
On average, a medium-sized bagel contains 190 calories. A slice of white bread, 67. So 2 slices of white bread would be 140. So it's only about 50 more for a medium-sized bagel. However, what is a medium-sized bagel?
Yeah.
If a New York bagel is anything like a New York slice of pizza, that would mean that it's an enormous bagel, right?
Yeah.
Are we following my logic here?
Yeah, I'm following. I guess I need to stay away from the wraps and the bagels and just stick with the bread.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to look like Thomas's Bagel. Like, those are sold in every supermarket.
Thomas's bagel?
No, Nooks and Crannies, the English muffins.
No, they also sell bagels. But what I'm
Thomas
saying,
does have bagels.
Oh.
So what
Yeah.
I'm getting at is that. Let's see how many calories are in that. 270 per bagel. Those are pretty big.
Yeah, they're pretty big. They're also like not real bagels. They feel like not real.
Where do we stand on biscuits? What about croissants? Any thoughts?
Biscuits are worse because butter is one of the main ingredients
Yeah.
in biscuits.
Okay, all right. Ryan, so I'm sorry that man didn't finish his food challenge. He's going to go back and do it again. Is there a
Yes.
photo of him?
Yeah, do you want hold on one second?
Is
and
he
I'll text it to
hideous?
you. Yeah, it's almost exactly the person you would expect to be doing this.
I don't think you want me to answer that. Have you ever done a food challenge? You yourself? I feel like Ryan would be a guy that would eat like 400 wings or something.
No, I feel like maybe there was a time when like I was at college or a job
were
or
able
something,
to.
and like there was a joke one, not a real one, but I did like some sort of challenge. But no, I've never even aspired to compete with Joey
Come
Chestnut.
on down to Rita's Tiki Hut, where tonight Hawaiian Ryan's going to have 10 Mai Tais. All part of B98.5's Summer of Fun. Like, it's just, I think
Yeah, it was
could've
probably
worked.
more one of those.
Are you sending me this
I
guy's
sent-
picture?
I just sent it to you. Yes.
Okay. Where, in the chat? Where?
No, I texted it to you.
Okay, I'll wait for. Oh,
There it is. It's exactly who you think would do this job.
yeah. This guy. That's a shitload of salad.
It is a shit. I mean, it's salad. It's not that much.
You pay us £50 if you. Also, like, I've never understood. If you can eat so much of our crap, we'll give it to you for free. Like, it doesn't. I don't understand. What else is going on in the world?
There's a woman who basically she was convicted of I guess it was an assault, right? Throwing food at a Chipotle worker.
Okay.
And
But those ingredients are fresh. I see it on all the commercials.
Let's see. So the offender pled guilty to a misdemeanor assault charge and was given the choice of 90 days in jail or 30 to 60 days as a fast food worker.
Okay, so what the judge has told people is that...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 60 days of mandatory. So it was 90 days in jail or 60 days of working as a fast food worker.
So what that judge has told people is, I believe working in fast food is as bad as jail.
No. I think that it was not so much as bad as jail, but you were abusive and an asshole to somebody that was doing a hard job. Maybe you should see what it's like to do their job.
Well, why don't we do this for everything? I think this would be such an interesting way to
So
handle.
you think if somebody assaults a police
That's
officer,
what I was
they should
going to
be
say.
a police officer
exactly,
for a month?
and you could get pulled over, and it would be somebody like, "Hey, I'm just pulling you. I'm not actually a real police officer. They just gave me a badge for a week because I harassed a cop. Turns out they're not all pigs. This is hard as fuck. You're sitting there, but how can you? This is kind of offensive if you work in fast food, is it not?
Maybe I pictured the person, and maybe this
Nicole,
is me.
if you
just,
don't stop clicking that mouse, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I turned off my microphone, so I wasn't able, I thought I was out of the equation for a little bit.
I couldn't even hear it.
My bad. I won't click anymore.
Okay, good, because I do
Love
still
you.
want your opinions on these things.
I'll just stop clicking. I was reading my book and minding my business.
Yeah, but then you snickered early on in the show.
I know. I'm sorry. I got in trouble just now, so I'm clicking around. I just got in trouble. I was just called a hoarder.
Oh,
Because
Well, I mean, this is perhaps.
good. The dir was added on it.
By the way, Nicole having to participate in this episode of This Is Happening is sort of like what the judge did to that person. Like, she snickered off to the side and was like, well, now you have to do it. Now you're part of the show.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
No, I got the impression that this is some rich lady.
Okay.
Who, you know, like, with no appreciation.
All this fucking is like, I understand the judge's notion, what he's going for, but this is just offensive. They're like, listen, what we're gonna really teach you? We're gonna show you how the other half lives. You have to be one of them. It's like, no, don't make me work at Chipotle. Does she at least get paid? Or is it like volunteer work?
No. I think it was you had to do the job, so I'm assuming they get paid.
I don't know. They make you do community service where you don't get paid.
That's true.
Think about that. Think you're another criminal. Be like, wait. I murdered somebody. Why can't I just get sentenced to being a bank teller? Like why? This seems bizarre.
Off topic, have you ever tried a Chipotle salad? They're absolutely delicious. It's one of my favorite things in the world to eat, and I sort of feel healthy when I'm eating it.
Isn't it? Why don't you get one for breakfast? Isn't there? Why? Wait, isn't a Chipotle salad basically just like a burrito bowl? Like what? It's just they
Without
put the
the
romaine
rice.
lettuce in it.
Yeah, it's without
But you can get. They also always ask if you want rice on top of the salad. So
doesn't McDonald's also own Chipotle?
They do?
Pretty sure.
No, I thought that for a while, and they don't. They're a totally different thing, I think. I thought they did for a minute. Someone told me they did, but I don't think they're associated.
Why don't you Google it?
McDonald's became a major investor in 1998.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
But it divested itself in 2006.
There you go.
Interesting. Okay. In 2018, Chipotle announced the relocation of their corporate headquarters to Newport Beach, California. Welcome to the OC, bitch. Chipotle. Okay. So anyway, have either one of you ever worked in fast food?
No, but hold on. This is just really quick, and then I'll come back to this. She's going to learn to work in fast food, and hopefully it will be good, said the Chipotle worker who was assaulted. So the person who had the salad thrown in her face is on board.
Yeah, well, again, they're just mocking her life. Are they making them work together?
No.
Okay, hear me out. I feel like this could be just a fantastic, maybe Melissa McCarthy vehicle. She does something. She's a rich business person, and she does something shitty, and then she has to work in fast food with somebody. I'd watch this movie with the person she was mean to.
I like this.
Yes,
she's very
fantastic.
Funny.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Ryan, write that up, please.
Got it. On it.
I look. I get the idea, and ultimately, I guess it's fine to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, but it's also sort of like, where is this happening?
It was in Ohio.
So if you're a judge, you can just make up weird punishments?
Yes.
How do you...
Dude, hold on. Remember, you're saying that, but we have had a guest on this show because of you, and it was a judge that makes up weird punishments.
Because of you.
Caught in Providence.
One of your favorite people.
Frank Caprio.
Yeah, we've had Frank Caprio here. He was great. And your whole thing was that guy gave out weird punishments.
Unfortunate news as of literally yesterday. TV judge Frank Caprio reveals pancreatic cancer diagnosis in emotional video. Please pray for me.
She talked poorly about him.
So, I'm just saying, hey, prayers up for Frank Caprio, the judge.
Prayers up.
I guess you can just make up a weird punishment. Like, if you're a judge, why wouldn't you do that all of the time?
So you tell me if I'm wrong on this, but he was a traffic court judge or a municipal judge in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And someone would come in and it would be an old man who, got caught doing 40 and a 25. He's like, I was just going to pay my gas bill. It's going to get turned off. And the judge would give him a sentence of giving hugs to 10 people.
I don't think that's exactly what happened.
No, but
I don't think he'd be like, listen, I hit a pedestrian, and he'd be like, do 5 handstands. We'll be right back after this. I
felt like on the TV show, anyone who ever got caught, they had it for a very good reason. Like my daughter was late for school, or my dog was choking, and then the judge always gives some lenient, fun, punishment that helps everyone.
By the way, the photo of Frank Caprio in this story on People Magazine is, of course, taken where?
With you guys?
It's a Sirius XM step repeat.
Always. Always. Did you know that when your kid is late for school, they usually make you write down, even if it's 1 minute late, they make you write down why they were late?
Seriously?
It's like my
Really?
kid wouldn't. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Well, it's got to go on the permanent record.
Yeah.
What would you?
Yes.
I'm gonna end up writing stuff like you probably have to write stuff that's like not as good at wiping as I would have hoped. Caused slight
like,
delay.
No joke. It's like
But why don't you do that stuff? Why don't you just tell them the ridiculous
absurd
stuff?
things. Yeah, I should. It's but
1
I'm not
minute,
there.
I'd be like, I don't know. There was traffic. The UN's in town. What do you want from me?
Exactly.
Do you notice now, Nicole? Your kids are in public school, right? In New York City. Is it as cutthroat as I've been led to believe? Where like everyone's like, I've been led to believe that New York City schools are weird and everyone's trying to get ahead and get placed in good ones and all that stuff. Like, did you have to like?
I mean, because. Yeah, there's only so many. Like, there's only so many good ones, right? There's some really crappy ones. There's some great ones. And then some people will move to another neighbor, like literally find where a PS is zoned and then move there or lie. There's been
that's
lies.
what everybody does.
Yeah, and they do it in the city.
Yeah, they do it in the city, but that's what everybody in the suburbs does.
Yeah, you move to a town because it's got good schools. Yeah.
Right.
So I don't think that's cutthroat. That's just like the norm.
Another benefit to Fairfield, Connecticut, I may add.
Yeah, they have great schools.
Great schools.
Look at you. I'm not moving there anytime soon. I do love Fairfield. I obviously have lots of friends there, but it's too far. You think it's not too far? It's way too far from the city.
It's pretty far. Nicole, no, I actually see Nicole primarily in Fairfield now, Ryan, because she has friends that she comes to visit here, and then she makes time for me.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Well, they were my friends. I used to go to Fairfield long before you moved there. That was my stomping ground long before you were there.
It's also funny because I do not see these people. Like, we're friendly with Nicole's friends, and I do not see them unless Nicole is in town. But we have this charade going where they constantly say to me, hey, you want to come over and watch football? And then I say, hey, yeah, just call me. And they're like, okay. And then 4 months go by, and then I see them again, and they say, hey, do you want to come over and watch football? And I say, totally, give me a call, literally anytime. And then
see, it's really weird.
Yeah.
You do this every few months where you guys get together and make these plans. I have like events and banquets and award ceremonies where I see people once a year.
Yeah.
And every year at that event, I'm like, oh yeah, we'll get together before the next one.
And you don't.
I just wish we could drop this charade. I just, but you don't want to do this.
You could also call. You could also pick up the phone and text or call.
I've done it a couple times.
Okay.
That's why I was like, I'm out of this. I don't really
just-
need. I don't need this.
Yeah, I agree.
You could just cut Matt and Nicole out of the equation altogether. You can make friends with the Fairfield friends, and then why do you even need Matt and Nicole?
No, that's what I'm talking about. It's the Fairfield friends that are like, do you want to watch football every 4 months?
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, like, why you take advantage? Go.
I don't know, because at least Matt and Nicole seem to at least hang out with me sometimes.
I love you very much, deeply, madly, truly.
Ryan,
is that a song?
Yes, it's Savage Garden, Truly, Madly, Deeply, I believe.
Okay.
You brought up Frank Caprio almost passing. Or
Whoa.
in
He just
trouble.
got a diagnosis. Let's
Jeez.
put him in the fucking ground.
Well, pancreatic cancer is a scary one. So, but
Dr. Ryan Sampson.
No, but Andre Brower died yesterday, right? I was very surprised at sort of the social media outpouring that I saw.
I was sad.
I feel like he's somebody though that would have been significantly more famous in his career if NBC didn't fuck it up.
What did I feel the same about Matt Lauer? No, I'm just kidding. What?
No, all the headlines about Andre Brower.
Yeah.
They said Andre Brower, passes at 61, known, and there was two things that they mentioned on every single article, but one of them nobody has ever seen.
Homicide, Life on the Street.
Correct.
I've never
like
seen
they're
that.
always like known for Homicide, Life on the Street, and known for Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
But nobody has seen Homicide because it doesn't stream anywhere.
But
NBC, when it was on back in the day, buried it on a Friday night in like weeks they knew no one was watching it. So, and they won a shit ton of Emmys on it. And then when the streaming world happened, never streamed it.
it's not
And
on
I really-
Peacock?
No. It has never been released. I don't think it was ever back in the day released on a physical medium, and it would never streamed. And I truly, I think that if people had seen that TV show, he would have been so much more famous. And people would have known him for much more than just a comedic actor, with Captain Holt.
All right.
And it really sucks because today it's one of those things that I wanted to come in and be like, oh my God, nobody's seen this. Go on Peacock. If you liked him there, you're going to love him somewhere else. And you just can't. And I never understood why.
I have a weird time watching shows or listening to music after the people have died.
Oh, stop it.
I'm being serious. No, I really like I don't know why. I just don't really listen to a lot of dead artists. Not
In
like
the immediate aftermath, or
just
they're
like
dead to you in general?
in general. And I know like the whole idea is like, oh, art lives on forever. But
So you don't listen to any old bands?
I do here and there, but not like, it's weird when somebody dies. I don't music, sure, but definitely it's weird watching a movie where you're like, oh, like where the person's alive in front of you, but you know they're not actually alive. Like I understand that when you're watching a
If
movie,
Raspberry Beret comes up on the radio, you're going to turn it off.
I said music. I'm a little. There's a little more of a gray area. I love me some Prince, of course.
Okay.
Hey, Zito, I have to leave
Okay.
because Sam is here.
Okay. Great. Go do your.
That's the reason.
Go. What? So many podcasts, so little time. Right.
I'm just so popular.
I understand.
But I loved hanging out with you, and I
Oh, it
hope
was
to see you
so
next
great.
week when you come into the city.
Yes, I'll see you then.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to
Bye.
say hi, Sam?
Of course I do.
Hey, Sam. Hi, Sam Roberts.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
How's it going?
What's
This is
up?
happening.
What's up, This Is Happening universe? Your boy Sam Roberts here.
The happening heads. All
The
enjoying.
Happening Heads. What's up, Hap Heads? Want to shout out all my Hap Heads out there, and I appreciate all you guys and everything you do.
Okay. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have fun.
See you later.
This show makes no
Sorry
sense.
about that.
This show makes very little sense.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait, I turned you off. I'm sorry.
I
I
was
turned
ju-
the wrong mic off.
Yeah, I was just like, all you'll hear is me just saying this show makes very little sense.
No, but I know we got interrupted there, but that's something like for years I've always wanted to go back and rewatch Homicide because it most people don't know what it is, but it's the precursor to The Wire.
Yeah.
David Simon wrote The Wire, right? But The Wire only happened because of Homicide. It's the exact same people that made The Wire that made Homicide first.
I just think it's so sad that he passed away only because, I mean, not only because, but, you know, he's got a family. He's only 61.
I know.
And anytime they say brief illness, I'm like, what does that mean?
I don't want to speculate on that. Like, I've seen people that have said brief illness before.
Yeah.
And I hope that, it's sad.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to say the word. I just don't want to.
Are we saying that people say suicide, brief illness when it's suicide?
Yes.
That's a
Not
fucking-
always, but I have known that to be the case.
That seems like really fudging the truth in my eyes. If that, I'm not saying that's what happened here, but just that statement in general, if it's for that, it seemed like.
Like, I've known cases before where that is what has happened and that has been the description. And so when I read that, I'm like, oh, I hope not.
Well, see, that's cheapening all the people that did have a brief illness, and because now I know
Right.
somebody else in my life recently that I read an obituary that they passed away from a brief illness, and now I'm like, wait a second, is that what
was
happened?
the brief illness?
Like, okay, that is
Not
suspect.
where we wanted to go. See, we were having such a good time.
Well, I
and
just
then
don't.
Nicole left, and-
I'm not afraid to talk about it. I just think it's fucking bullshit if you're describing that as a brief illness. It's very misleading.
Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, like, it is like a mental illness. You know, like it's. I understand why the family might not want to discuss that.
You know.
And again, not saying that's what
You know
happened
that
here, but just
I've had and this is when I become president, the curiosity law that I will enact that every obituary requires a cause of death and a real cause of death. I've said this before.
and
I will say it
in
now.
Very blunt and straightforward
Vivid
answer.
detail.
Yes.
Inoperable
feel-
cancer. Okay, now I know.
How do you feel about losing, or at the end of the season, losing your leader?
Bill Belichick leaving the Patriots potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like it's been heading that way for a while, but also it's one of those things where, believe it when I see it. Tom Curran from NBC Sports in Boston reported that Bill Belichick is probably out as head coach of the Patriots at the end of the season. Now, I would think if this is not true, it's been nearly 24 hours now, or 48 by the time you hear this.
Someone would have denied
Somebody
it.
would have been like, no, that's not True. Which, by the way, like, I don't understand. Anytime there's something in the news where you could deny it or not deny it, and they don't deny it, they're just like, why don't you, by equal measure, why don't you just come out and be like, yeah, that's true? Like,
well,
you know what I mean?
Because you've seen or read All the President's Men and On Denial.
Exactly. And that's what this seems to be from Robert Kraft. But at the same time, I think it will be very funny if the Patriots just, for some terrible reason, win out the rest of the season. And then they'll be like, well, now what do we do?
I loved that there, because I'm a Steelers fan, there was one stat, and I forget exactly what it was, but it was sort of like a real burn, because the Steelers fans are very split on Mike Tomlin. Mm-hmm. Like, there's people like me that are like, you have a coach that's never had a losing season. Like, what more do you want? And then there's people that are like, yeah, we want more Super Bowls. And there was a stat that they put up against him, right? And it was the Steelers' record against the Patriots, and it was like 3-20 or something like that. And then it was the Steelers' records against Bill Belichick without Tom Brady, and it's like 1-3. It's like, oh,
so they still suck.
We still suck against Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I mean, you got beat last week, and I was annoyed that the Steelers lost last week to the Patriots.
Yeah.
I wanted the Patriots to win because if I'm going to sit through this, if I'm going to sit through this shitty season, they might as well at least have a good draft pick. And the idea that they were potentially in the running for Caleb Williams or Marvin Harrison Jr., should he declare, was unfathomable to me before the season. And now they're top 2 pick. And by winning that game, they just put more space between them and the first overall pick, which, you want, because if you are getting a new head coach, having the first overall pick with a potentially generational quarterback talent coming out makes it a very attractive job. Whereas otherwise, I don't know if it's super attractive to follow Bill Belichick in New England. I don't think you want to do that.
So when we're on quarterbacks, and I don't know if this is just a thing because I'm in the town, right? I'm in the town where it's happening, and this is a local thing amongst fans, or if this is spread to everywhere else that isn't New York. But is Tommy DeVito's agent as popular everywhere else as he is in New York right now?
I mean, Tommy DeVito's agent looks bananas right now.
He's wearing a hat.
He's
I mean, like, literally everyone says that he looks bananas because he's wearing a pinstripe suit and a hat.
You can't wear a fedora anywhere. Who wears a fucking fedora?
You know the guys that wear it. Like, there's always one guy who's like, yeah, I'm going to make the fedora work.
Yeah. Did this guy make the fedora work, or did he come off looking kind of like a mobster? Right?
No, he doesn't look like a mobster. I'm sorry, but, like, if he looks like a mobster, he looks like Edward G. Robinson mobster, like 1930.
Did you see that Zach Wilson and Tommy DeVito were the AFC and NFC Players of the Week?
No, good for them.
Good for those two shitty New York quarterbacks. Like, look, I like Tommy DeVito because he's a Syracuse guy, right?
Right.
But he's just gotten hot right now. He's not that good. He can't possibly be.
Well, I mean, maybe he could, but this is what I've always learned about quarterbacks is like, give them the first 4 weeks and they'll be hot as hell. Like, let's see what happens after teams have watched videotape for a few weeks.
It's just like hosting a radio show. I'm sure you could do it for 3 days. Can you do it every day forever? I can't.
Right. It's hard. But no, I just, the last, or this whole week has just been like, I'm over and inundated with pictures and jokes and memes of Tommy DeVito's agent. And I don't know if that's because I'm in New York and I'm surrounded by a bunch of Giants fans, or if the rest of the world is making the same jokes.
No, I think it's definitely come up, especially in NFL circles. I mean, it's just a look. It's the fedora. No, it is. You're right. It's just because he put on a hat. No one does that.
He doesn't yeah, I guess. I mean, like, it's an old style. He's like back to the 1930s or 1950s with his style. And now I guess, is Eli catching shit for it or something?
I think Eli
called him slimy.
Eli called him slimy, I believe, on the Manning cast. Who cares? I mean, do you watch the Manning cast or do you watch the game?
No, I cannot. I watch the game. I cannot stand the Manning cast.
Why is that?
It just feels like a distraction. Like, I know they're paying attention to the game, but it just feels like they're not. And it's just boring to me.
I don't like
and I
them
get
at all.
people like it. It's just a personal preference. I'm not dissing them. It's just not my personal taste.
Did you see they're going to start doing it with NBA games and Kevin Hart now?
No.
Yeah.
That might be more fun.
I guess it just seems like we've run out of ways. Like, we don't have original content anymore. We're now, here's people watching TV on TV. Like, that's what it is.
Well, isn't that what they tried to do back in the day, and it was a massive fail with Dennis Miller? Like, didn't they try to make Dennis Miller the Monday Night Football commentator so there would be more levity and less football, and just everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but he was at least in the booth, you know, like it was still one broadcast. This is people talking over the other broadcast. It's bizarre. I can't. It's too distracting for me. I think maybe it's my own ADD.
What do you feel about the Nick cast? Is that a good way to get kids into the sports to hook them early?
I mean, I get it. It's just like I'm not 11, so I can't really comment on whether I think it's good or not. I did, however, watch the Toy Story game on Disney Plus earlier this season, just because I was curious how it was going to work in real time. That was pretty cool.
I think the Nickelodeon one is fun. It's like you actually get the game, you can see it and you know what's going on, and they throw slime everywhere.
So you watch the Nickelodeon feed?
I can't watch the full one, but every time they do it, I definitely go over there and watch it for a little bit.
That would make me feel very like pedophile-y. Like if I had the option of watching both broadcasts and I chose the one where they were going to slime, Marcus Mariota, I'd be like, I don't know why I need to do this.
Yeah, but there's no actual children on that broadcast.
I know, but it's like listening to Kids Bop. It's not for you.
The football game's the same. It's just there's different graphics.
Yes, again, the songs have the same lyrics. It's just sung by children.
All right, that's a good point.
You know what I'm
I guess
saying?
that's why I can't watch it the whole time.
No, if you want to check in just to be like, oh, I looked it up. But see, this is why you need to have a kid. You can be like, look, I actually turned it on because of Simone. I thought maybe she'd like it. That's the way you go. Ryan, we have like 1 minute left.
Okay.
And so it's this part in the show where I say, is there anything you would like to promote? Perhaps your WJPZ podcast or banquet or whatever.
WJPZ at 50. You can listen to me on there. I guess I can give a little tease that what we can talk about next time, because as soon as we shut off the microphones, I'm going to New York City's first Wegmans.
Oh, where is that? Downtown? Where is it?
It's the OK Mart, I think, on Astor.
Okay. That's a fun little trip. Are you going by yourself or going with your girlfriend?
I'm going by myself.
Just going down to Wegmans, hundreds of blocks from where you live, to just to see it?
No, I'm having dinner tonight, so I need to. There's a couple ingredients that I know that my tiny little New York City grocery store doesn't have, so I have to go to the big Wegmans.
Yep, definitely worth going all the way down there. Any thoughts before we get out of here?
No, that's it.
All right, be here tomorrow. Bye.
Goodbye.